A palace is meant to be cold. Marble floors, golden ceilings, long corridors where silence carries more weight than words. Royal life is meant to be duty before desire, crown before heart. But what happens when two heirs, destined for thrones, fall deeply, hopelessly in love? Because against all expectation, Princess Leonor of Spain and Prince Christian of Denmark didn't just meet. They didn't just speak politely, exchange glances, and move on. No. They forged a bond so powerful that it has forced two nations, two monarchies, and the entire world to pay attention. This isn't just another royal story. This is the royal love story of our time. And yet, here's the contradiction. Royals are expected to marry for alliance, for legacy, for power. They are not expected to marry for love. But Leonor and Christian are rewriting that script before our very eyes. The question is, how did it all begin? And what sacrifices were demanded of them along the way? The story starts years ago, long before the wedding bells, before public appearances, before whispers filled the tabloids. Leonor, the shy yet determined heir of Spain, and Christian, the charming and light-hearted Danish prince, were growing into roles they never asked for, yet could not refuse. Their lives were carefully mapped out by duty. But fate had other plans. When they first met, it wasn't staged, it wasn't orchestrated by advisors or calculated by palaces. It was a genuine encounter, quiet and unassuming. But the spark was undeniable. In that moment, Leonor, raised with the weight of Spain's monarchy on her shoulders, and Christian, the carefree future king of Denmark, discovered something neither expected to find in the corridors of royalty: freedom, disguised as love. But here's where the story takes a twist. Royal love doesn't blossom without resistance. Every glance they shared was analyzed, every rumor magnified, every silence interpreted as truth. Their families, though supportive in public, wrestled in private with the implications. Would this love strengthen alliances, or threaten the delicate balance of Europe's monarchies? And yet, through secrecy, through distance, through years apart, their bond only deepened. They wrote letters when phones weren't safe. They met in stolen weekends when public schedules aligned. And with each passing year, the question grew louder: would their love survive the weight of the crown? Imagine Leonor, standing in the academy where she trained to serve her nation, thinking not only of Spain, but of Christian. Imagine Christian, raised under Denmark's watchful eye, envisioning a future where love and duty could coexist. Each day, their commitment was tested. Each day, they chose one another, even when the world told them it was impossible. Fast forward to the present, and the secret has become a spectacle. The whispers have turned into headlines. The hidden love story is now the greatest royal narrative of the 21st century. A wedding looms on the horizon, not as a political maneuver, but as a celebration of love that defied every odd. But let's pause here. Because what does this mean for Spain? For Denmark? For Europe? Princess Leonor is not just any royal. She is the first Spanish queen in waiting in generations. A young woman trained from childhood to embody the crown, yet willing to risk tradition for the sake of her heart. And Christian, Denmark's golden heir, must balance the expectations of his people with the pull of his devotion. Their marriage is more than symbolic. It's a unification of two nations, yes, but it's also a declaration that love has the power to transcend the coldness of palaces and the rigidity of crowns. This is where the emotion deepens. Because behind the jewels and gowns, behind the soldiers and the carriages, behind the music and the cheers, there are two human beings. Two hearts. Two people who chose to endure the impossible. And when they finally stand together at the altar, every one of those 1,760 days of waiting, hoping, and dreaming will have been worth it. Yet, the curiosity remains: how will this marriage reshape the monarchy? Will it soften Spain's image in a modern world skeptical of kings and queens? Will it bring Denmark closer to Spain, or spark hidden rivalries in Europe's royal landscape? And how will Leonor balance the love of a wife with the destiny of a queen? These are questions the world waits to see answered. But for now, the beauty lies in the present. A royal love story, once whispered in shadows, now shining brighter than any crown. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian did not just find love. They fought for it. And in that fight, they've given us all something rare: Proof that even within the coldest palaces, love can bloom, love can endure, love can reign. This is not just their story. It's history. And history, when told through love, has the power to move nations.